Hello, everybody, and welcome to Vinyl Treasures. I'm your host, Johnny G. John Galindo, coming to you live each and every Wednesday, only here on Oldies and More Radio, also live on YouTube. Want to welcome you to the January 24th, 2024 Vinyl Treasure Show. Wow, how time flies when you're having fun here. So with this horrible rainy night here, as it's 39 degrees light rain we have here, but from all that cold, I'll take the warmer weather. But sit back for the next 3 hours. Got some cool soul 45s out of my collection, some requests that many of you have mailed in to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. Again, if you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the bell to get notifications. And if you like what Johnny G is doing, please, by all means, give me a thumbs up. We opened up tonight's broadcast with a blues guitarist and singer from, what is that, Charlene? Indianola, Mississippi. I may have typed that wrong. But he plays guitar left-handed and also upside down, and also known as the Velvet Bulldozer, first recording for Parrot Records back in 1954. And in 1959, he signed with the St. Louis-based Bobbin record label. Had, I think, 9 releases. I think I have a lot of them. I collected that Bobbin label. But through 1963 now, after releases on King and the Country label, he signed with Stax Records. There you go, in 66. He had 26 releases on Stax through the year 1979. We just featured his 7th. That was his 7th release from December 68. It's a song he wrote together with Al Jackson Jr., scored number 19 on KATZ in St. Louis, Missouri. From December 68, Night Stomp. That's by Albert King. Albert King with Night Stomp. That's on Stax. It's from his live LP Stax LP called Live Wire Blues Power. And that is a cool instrumental. Enough of my babbling here. Let's open up the vocal portion. As this singer first recorded as the lead singer of the Del Kings that recorded for the Renko label back in 1962. But he would go solo in 1965. This was his debut single. And on the Renfro label, Renfro Records out of Los Angeles, California. The tune written by the label owner, Anthony Renfro. This is the first of 5 on the Renfro label for Carl Henderson. Carl Henderson, December 65 on Renfro. It's called Please Stop Laughing at Me.
Please stop laughing at me. Baby, please stop laughing at me. You're just going around all over town, laughing and joking how you put me down. So baby, please stop laughing at me. For I've got feelings too, yeah. For you, all of your tricks, and you went out with me just for kicks. And now that you hurt my pride, you got me crying deep down inside. So baby, please stop laughing at me. So baby, please stop laughing at me. Yeah.
That's the first of 5 for Carl Henderson. Carl Henderson from December 65. It's on the Renfro record label, Please Stop Laughing at Me. Now, this record would be picked up by Omen Records, subsidiary of A&M Records, and they distributed that nationally, so you can get that either on Renfro or on Omen as we continue here on the All 60s edition. And this gal, she hails from Brooklyn, New York, first recording back in 1963 for the ABC Paramount record label. Other releases followed on Gold Records, Blue Cat, but in 1966 she signed with Cameo Records, had 4 releases on the Cameo record label. This was her first, written by then session guitarist Al Gorgoni and Chip Taylor. This is for the motion picture. This song for the motion picture, Step Out of Your Mind. If anybody saw that or anybody knows that movie, I do not. Let's go to June of 1966. Let's give a listen to Evie Sands. Evie Sands on the Cameo label. It's called Picture Me Gone.
Picture me, someone else's arms. Picture me, making love to you. You think I don't know, but baby, I've got eyes and I can see that some other girl is making you look twice at me. So baby, when you look me over, before you tell me that it's over, picture me, someone else's arms. Picture me with someone else. Are you sure you can go on? Picture me gone, baby. Picture me gone. Well, I understand that little boys all want to play, but baby, be sure that you can see tomorrow today. So baby, when you look me over, before you tell me that it's over, picture me in someone else's arms. Baby, picture me with someone else. Are you sure you can go on? Picture me gone, baby. Picture me gone, yeah. I don't want this to happen, but if it must, I'll give my love to someone that I can trust. But if you decide that I'm the only one for you, then I'll make you see that you can really picture me true. So baby, when you look me over, before you tell me that it's over, picture me someone else's arms. Baby, picture me with someone else. Are you sure you can go on? Picture me gone, baby. Picture me gone, yeah. Picture me someone else's arms. Baby, picture me making love to you. Are you sure you can go on? Picture me gone, baby. Picture me gone. Picture me someone else's arms. Baby, picture me with someone else. Are you sure you can go on? Picture me gone.
I would like to check out that movie there. I wonder what that movie is. Step Out of Your Mind. Sounds like maybe kind of a psychedelic thing. But anyway, that's Evie Sands. That's her first of 4 on the Cameo record label. Came out in June of 66. Picture Me Gone. Johnny G not gone, not till midnight, a little bit over midnight, as we usually go till about 12:30 or so. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. We count down the 1957 Relic Survey. I was pulling all the records out of the box there for the show tomorrow, but let's continue here, as this is Blue-Eyed Soul Duo, first recorded as members of the 1962 vocal group called the Paramours. They recorded for Moonglow Records. Then in 63, they became the Righteous Brothers. Now they were Bill Medley and Bobby Hatfield. In 1964, they would record for Phil Spector's Phyllis record label, and they scored their first #1 national hit. You know the song. It was called You've Lost That Loving Feeling. Then in 66, they signed with Verve Records. I think it was kind of like I don't know if their contract was up, or, Phil Spector's not the easiest guy to get along with, or at least he wasn't. But when they signed with Verve Records, their first release was another #1 national hit for them, a record that I like a lot called You're My Soul and Inspiration. They would go on to have 18 releases on the Verve label. This is their 8th release, and this charted number 93 on Cashbox, number 72 on Billboard. We go to September of 1967. Let's give a listen to the Righteous Brothers. The Righteous Brothers on Verve Records. It's called Stranded in the Middle of No Place.
I lay down my life, oh,
Always wondered to be if I bought, I would never buy an electric car, but if you take it on a long distance trip or something, you'd be stranded in the middle of no place. That would not be good. But anyway, there you go. They were stranded in the middle of no place. Those are the Righteous Brothers there, September 67. That was, what did I say that was? They had 18 releases. That was their 8th release on Verve Records, Stranded in the Middle of No Place. Johnny G here, stranded playing these 45s. That's a good thing. As we continue here, let's go to Philadelphia now for this next group. They have this lone release that came out on the Atco record label. They recorded this at Frank Virtuoso's Virtue Studios in Philadelphia. Lots of great records recorded in that studio. This tune co-written by the lone male of the group. His name is Albert Bird. It features Peggy Murphy on lead. This charted regionally. This was a number 27 record on WMBM out of Miami, Florida. We go to August of 1968. Let's give a listen to The Sweet Delights. The Sweet Delights on the Atco label. It's called Baby, Be Mine. There you go. That's worth $1, I'd say. Those are the Sweet Delights. Sweet Delights from August 68. That's their only release. Came out on the Atco record label, Baby Be Mine. That one there with Peggy Murphy on lead. Now let's go to Los Angeles, California as we fill a request for listener Frank Chingaro in our YouTube chat room. Now this group is called The Incredibles. They had 11 releases on the Audio Arts record label. You may know their biggest hit. It was their first release on the label. For them, I'll Make It Easy was the name of the tune, but Frank requested their 5th release, and it was a song that dates back to 1938, but covered by so many groups and artists through the years. Now, the lead singer on this, his name is Cal Wayman. Cal Wayman on lead, and he previously sang lead with a group called the Shamans from 1959, recorded for the K-Ham record label. You'll hear that record on my Saturday night show. But this tune bubbled under at number 122 on the Billboard charts. It was number 45 on the Billboard R&B chart, a big number 3 record on KGFJ out of Los Angeles, California. Let's go to April of 67. This is a request for listener Frank Chingaro, The Incredibles, on Audio Arts, and their rendition of the tune Heart and Soul.
Heart and soul, I fell in love with you. Heart and soul, just like a fool would do. Madly, because you held me tight and stole a kiss heart and soul, I beg to be adored. I lost control and tumbled overboard. Gladly, that magic night we kissed there in the moon. What one embrace can do. Girl, look at me. It's got me loving you madly. That little kiss you stole held on my heart and soul.
That's by request for Frank Chingaro in our YouTube chat room. Those are the Incredibles from April of 1967 on the Audio Arts record label out of California. Their rendition of the tune Heart and Soul. Cal Wayman, he is on lead on that tune here. Now let's flip this 45 over because that is a great ballad on that side. The flip side is a great dancing tune because this group can not only did they do the great ballads as they have on their other releases, but they also have some excellent up-tempo sides. So we're going to flip it over and give a listen to the flip side here. This is, I guess you call it, like, this is kind of like a northern soul tune, I guess we can call it. The lead singer, again, Cal Wayman on lead, produced by Madeline Baker, and owned the label, this Audio Arts label. This charted number 29 on WJMO. That's a great station out of Cleveland, Ohio. Let's go to April of 1967. We flip over that request for Frank Chingaro, Heart and Soul. These are the Incredibles on Audio Arts. It's called I Found Another Love. That's the A and B side there of The Incredibles, a great group out of Los Angeles, California. That's April 1967. Cal Wayman, the lead singer. I Found Another Love is the name of the tune. The flip side called Heart and Soul. Let's continue here. Here's a request for listener Amnon. This group is from Milledgeville, Georgia, and they were all graduates of J.F. Body High School back in 1968. They were called the Chevels. They had a female lead singer. Her name was Gloria Walker, and this is the group's second of three on Eugene Davis's Flaming Arrow label. Flaming Arrow Records, originally out of Detroit. There is a local press out of Detroit. This record would be picked up by Atco Records to distribute nationally, but the owner of the label, Eugene Davis, also wrote the song. This charted number 15 on KZEY in Tyler, Texas. We go to December of 68 with a request for listener Amnon, Gloria Walker, and the Chevels on Flaming Arrow. It's called Please Don't Desert Me, Baby.
My soul had been converted. Maybe then I could command. Yeah. Now listen, my mother didn't want me as a baby, so she left me home to die. Grew up to be a lady. Sometimes I sit and cry. I became engaged to be married, and my heart was filled with joy. But I'd always been deserted. I would marry this young man. Oh yeah. We became engaged and set the date. Preparations had been made. Oh yeah. Gowns purchased and made of honor. Newfound plans had been laid. Cloth and white at the altar. Oh yeah, don't deserve it. Please, please, baby, don't deserve it. No, no. Oh yeah, don't deserve it. Please, 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 baby.
As by request for listener Amnon there, that's Gloria Walker and the Chevels. That's their second record from December 68. It's on Flaming Arrow Records. Please Don't Desert Me, Baby is the name of the tune. I think their first one was their biggest hit. I think it was called Talking About My Baby. I think my aunt bought that record by accident because there's a lot of just resuscitation talking in the record. I have it. I still have it. I still have her original. She never played it, but it's like a it's got some scratches because your host Johnny G scratched it. But anyway, Johnny G babbling on here. Let's continue here. Let's go back to Los Angeles, California, as this singer was half of the duo Bob and Earl. If you're familiar with Bob and Earl, his name Bobby Relf. He also sang lead with the 1950s vocal group The Laurels. Some cool records they do on the Bahari Brothers, was it RPM Records? I don't know. Yeah, RPM Records, I think. But he also recorded as Bobby Valentine. He was also the lead singer of Valentino and the Lovers. They do a great record on Donna Records, I think, called One Teardrop Too Late, but you'll hear that on my Saturday night show. But here he is under another alias as Bobby Garrett, and this is his second of two on Randall Wood's Mirwood record label. We go to March of 1966. Let's give a listen to Bobby Garrett, a.k.a. Bobby Relf, on the Mirwood record label. It's called My Little Girl.
Springtime at its best, pretty flowers and all the rest. Can I shine this beauty of, ooh, this little girl who has my love? And even if the stars up high start to falling from the sky, Lord, I wouldn't look up in surprise. I've seen more excitement in my girl's eyes. No other smile, so appealing, yeah. And no other arm, so willing. And no other so feeling, yeah. That's my little girl. That's my little girl. Yeah, mother cuddles her baby boy, who just like he was a precious toy. No embrace is sweeter than, Lord, I said the tender touch of my baby's hand. If I was off in my waiting gold, I'd refuse, for well I know the only thing in this world I need is the love my girl gives to me. She's mine for now and later, yeah. And no other guy, and later. No other love is greater, yeah, than my little girl.
As March 66 there, that's on the Mirwood record label. That's Bobby Garrett, really Bobby Ralph. Bobby Ralph there, My Little Girl is the name of the tune. That's his second of two Mirwood records. Let's go to East Orange, New Jersey for this next singer. This gal, she is the Dionne Warwick's younger sister, began recording back for Jubilee Records back in 1963. I featured her debut single not too long ago, the original version of You're No Good, but she would sign with Blue Rock Records for 3 releases. This is her third release. This song produced by Ed Townsend, arranged by Horace Ott. You know, if I see those names on the label, I buy it right away. No questions asked. Now, this song charted number 33 on KAPE in San Antonio, Texas. Let's go to October of 1965. Let's give a listen to Dee Dee Warwick. Dee Dee Warwick on the Blue Rock record label. It's called Gotta Get a Hold of Myself.
I know you're not coming back anymore. So why, oh why, do I keep on watching the door? I talk to you as though you could hear what I say. But I lose my mind if I keep on acting this way. Gotta get a hold of myself. Gotta make believe I don't care. Gotta go someplace, find a friendly place. Gotta get out and get some air. Late at night, I hear footsteps sound down the hall. I kid myself that you're coming back after all. The telephone rings, but there's no one on the line. No, no, no. And when I stop and think, I know it's all in my mind. Gotta get a hold of myself. Gotta take what life has to give. Gotta give it a try. Can't lay down and die. Gotta get a hold of myself and live a life of my own. Gotta take what life has to give. Gotta give it a try. I won't lay down and die. Gotta get a hold of myself. Gotta get a hold of myself. Gotta get a
October 1965 release there for Dee Dee Warwick. That's her third release on the Blue Rock record label. Gotta Get a Hold of Myself is the name of the tune. You see, when I was buying a group harmony stuff and a lot of the dealers were offering me records, I made the mistake. I mean, I caught myself a little later on, but I said, no, only offer me stuff through 1965. That was the mistake, because there were other records that they had that I would have got for $1, but I stopped. And they, not that they always knew when 1965 ended, but they would read off, they would put the records in label order and number order. So when they would call me up, I would have my book out and they would just go through the numbers. Do you need Blue Rock 40013, 40067? They would just read them to me over the phone and I would check them off if they had. I remember one time Joel Scherzer, who was selling me records at the time for $1, I would call him every month over in Pueblo, Colorado. He had the records, like 300 or 400 records that he was mailing to me. So he had them in the back of his car, and all the cars on he lived in a cul-de-sac, I think, and they were robbed. So what they did the robbers did is they broke into all the cars and they took everything out of the car. So the box of records that he was supposed to mail to me the next morning were stolen. So I would mark my book with all these, and I couldn't tell which ones were which that I'm already marked in my book. That was a mistake I did, but it was going to save me time. Remember, if somebody's reading off records to me, if they're reading off thousands of, I would be on the phone with him on a Sunday from like 2 to like 4. You know how many record numbers you can read off? So he would read them off to me, and I'd have my book, and I'd make, I put an S for Scherzer, so I would mark it S that I bought it from him. So when he called me, he goes, "John, I got bad news. That 600, I think it totaled $600 and something in records. They were stolen." So I'm like, "Well, which ones were they?" So I didn't know. So what happened was, a few years later, some of the records went up in price. And I said, "Joel, you sold me those for $1, and I can't tell the difference," because he'd read a soul record off to me, and I said, "There's an S next to it." I was telling him the truth, and he would sell them to me for $1. That's just the way it went. But that was a freaky thing that happened, because it was a disaster. And I said, I don't have time to now go through every record again and check it against that Ken Klee book. Although I did. So they would come in these, you see, Directory of American 45 RPM records. So he had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5 volumes of this. I think there was a 6th. And what it did was, this is one with the artists, and you see like all this small print stuff. So I would get these books. I would lug these books to the record shows. I would take them to the record shows with me, and then so now they're all messed up, and I ended up ordering a whole nother set of them. This is a long time ago. I don't even know if he does this anymore, because this is before computers. Yes, Stack of Wax was the name of the place. And he said to me, "Johnny, if you can fill in the missing numbers." I had a lot of the missing numbers that he didn't know, because all collectors were calling him, and he would put in the A and B side. He had a lot of mistakes, but I didn't have the time. I didn't have the time to do it. It was just one of the things that one of the things I did. So I didn't want to continue to buy records, because you go to a record store, you go to a record show, and you're looking, and you're like, "Do I have this one by Otis Williams and the Charms?" Well, the group stuff was a little better, because I would take my what did I do with it? I take my Kreider book, the gray one, it's all to pieces, and I would mark them in there. So at least I knew which ones I had, and I would put condition and whatnot. But I'd be there, looking through the guys' boxes, and I'd have a pile like this, and then I'd say, "Do I need this one? Do I need that one?" And then I have to make sure it's marked in there. It was a disaster. I duplicated some things, and it was just a mess. But anyway, not to babble on that way. Let's continue. And we just heard, that was Dee Dee Warwick. Dee Dee Warwick from October 65. We were talking about Blue Rock Records. That was the whole thing with that. But anyway, let's go to Chicago now for this duet on Jack Daniels and Lenny Dandridge's Four Brothers record label. And this features half of this duo, or duet, is the label owner, Leroy Dandridge. He's known as Sam on this duet. And the other gal, her name is Kitty Grove. They're singing here on this as Sam and Kitty. And Leroy wrote this song together with Willie Weems. We go to March of 67. Give a listen to Sam and Kitty on the Four Brothers record label. It's called Your Money, My Love. Sam and Kitty.
Everything I've got, 'cause I got money, I got love, just about everything we need. We ought to get together, baby. Your money, my love. We ought to get together, baby. Your money, my love. I got so much money till it weighs my pockets down. My love will keep you, baby, running back for more. My money buys me cars and make me ride wherever I go. 'Cause I got money, I got love, just about everything we need. We ought to get together, baby. Your money, my love. We ought to get together, baby. Your money, my love. Pockets down. My love will keep you, baby, running back for more. My money buys me cars to make me ride wherever I go. 'Cause I got money, I got love, just about everything we need. We ought to get together, baby. Your money, my love. We ought to get together, baby. Your money, my love. We ought to get together, baby. Your money, my love.
There you go. Your Money, My Love. That sounds good to me. There you go. That's Sam and Kitty, March 1967. That's on the Four Brothers record label. That is Kitty Grove and Leroy Dandridge, who was part owner of that label. Johnny G here on a Wednesday evening here. Hope you're digging on the tunes here. This light rain falling, and hopefully it's not as cold as it was last time we were here. But let's go back to Los Angeles, California. Fill a request for listener Adrian Viterbo, listening in Mexico. Now, I got this record cheap, but I think this record sells for a lot of money, if I'm not mistaken. It's a trio that included John Rowan, Mel Brown, and William Walters. Collectively, they were known as the Jamals, Jamels. They first recorded on a label called Condor, which was also out of Los Angeles. This is their very next release. Came out on Leon Gardner's Igloo label. So let's go to 1965. This is by request for Adrian. He's in our YouTube chat room. The Jamels on Igloo. It's called I've Cried.
quite some time since I've cried. But Lord, this particular girl hurt me so deep inside, deep inside. After my first love, I made a vow that I would never fall in love until now. I was just to play the part. In the process, I gained a shattered heart. Oh, the one I speak, she knows I meant every word, everything. My poor heart was trying to gain. Now all I feel, all I
That's a rare 45 there. That's by request for listener Adrian Viterbo, listening in Mexico. The Jamals, 1965. That's on the Igloo record label. I've Cried is the name of the tune. They also had a release on a Celestial. That was in 67. They do have a final release that came out on Liberty Records in July of 1967, but that's a rare 45. I forget where I got that. I think I got it from Joel. Not for $1, though. He might have sold me that for like $8 or something, but I think one sold for a lot of money, or a couple sold. Somebody's looking for that record. I forget the person's name, but anyway, let's continue here now. We were all saddened to hear about the passing of Mary Weiss. Mary Weiss, she was the lead singer of the Shangri-Las. She was only 75 years old. She died on January 19th, 2024 from chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Terrible thing, losing all these people in our circles, just dying. It's terrible. This group, her group from Queens, New York, formed at Andrew Jackson High School in what was that, Cambria Heights, I think, is that where that was, high school it was? But they had their debut single on the Smash label, came out in December of 63. After one more release, I think on Spokane in May of 64, they signed with Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller's Redbird record label, and I have a couple of records by them to feature tonight as in memory of the lead singer of the group, Mary Weiss. And here's one that I always liked. I really liked this record when I was a kid. I still like the record, and I like to see them sing it too, by the way. It's their third release on the Redbird label, produced by Shadow Morton and arranged by Artie Butler. This is considered a hit, I guess, on the show. Let's see if the copyright police come out. You got to be, you have to be careful. You can't play 3 records in a row, because I'm pushing the copyright police, but I don't have the other records. Going to come up a little later. But this was number 18 on Billboard, 15 on Cashbox, and a big number 2 record by you, Darrell Letts, WTAC in Flint, Michigan. We go to December of 1964. The Shangri-Las on Redbird Records with the late Mary Weiss on lead. It's called a hit. It's called Give Him a Great Big Kiss.
When I say I'm in love, you best believe I'm in love, L-U-V. Here comes my guy, walking down the street. Look how he walks with a dancing beat. Da-da-da-da. Thick wavy hair, da-da-da-da. A little too long. All day long, he's singing a song. And when
those are the Shangri-Las there. We pay a little tribute to the late Mary Weiss. Mary Weiss and the Shangri-Las, December 64. That's their third release on the Redbird record label. You want to collect that on the Vinyl Press promo. Sometimes they're not all vinyl, but most of the earlier ones are on vinyl. That's the best way to own these terrible styrene 45s on Redbird. There you go. Give them a great big kiss is the name of the tune. They will return in a little bit with one more record, but let's continue here. We fill a request for listener Evan Blatt in our YouTube chat room. This group, they're from Jersey City, New Jersey, signed with Columbia Records in 1965. The group included James Wright, Ben Grant, MacArthur Munford, Eloise Pennington, and lead singer Robert Shivers. Collectively, they were known as the Spellbinders. Now, Evan requested the group's fourth and final release for Columbia, and it's an old Irish song that dates back to 1918, covered by so many artists through the years, but this charted number 26 on WGEM. If you were listening in Quincy, Illinois, it's produced by Van McCoy. Van McCoy produced their records. We go to September of 1966. These are the Spellbinders, going out to Evan. The Spellbinders on Columbia, their rendition of the tune Danny Boy.
Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses are falling. It's you, you must go, and I must buy. But come to me, my Daddy, say you love me. If I am
As by request for Evan Blatt in the YouTube chat room, those are the Spellbinders. Spellbinders, group out of Jersey City, New Jersey, and that featured Robert Shivers on lead September 66, their rendition of the tune Danny Boy. And let's let's flip the 45 over here because the flip side is actually pretty good also. It's another Van McCoy production, tune written by Ken Williams. This charted also. This made it up to number 100 on Billboard and was number 8 on KATZ if you were listening in St. Louis, Missouri. So let's flip over the Spellbinders' Danny Boy on Columbia from September 66. You get this tune. It's called Help Me, parentheses, Get Myself Together Again. The Spellbinders.
Show for the girl I love so much before. Love made me blind and I couldn't see that she was only fooling me. Yes, she broke my heart and caused me pain, made my tears fall like rain. And I need someone, somebody help me. Said I need someone, somebody help me. Said I need someone.
There you go. That's the flip side of Evan's request. Danny Boy, song entitled Help Me, parentheses, Get Myself Together Again. Those are the Spellbinders. All their records are great, by the way, on the Columbia label. It's just unfortunate they didn't have any hits. That one there from September 1966. That's their 4th release on the Columbia label. Up next, we fill a request for listener Edmund Williams. He was on his lunch hour. He's probably off there. He's working tonight. But this singer began recording back in 1960 as a member of the Falcons. They recorded for Robert West's Lupine record label. He would go solo in 61 with a release on Correct Tone. I played that. When I played that, Frank Gingaro requested a Wilson Pickett tune on Correct Tone. It was picked up by Cub Records. Then after 3 releases on Lloyd Price's Double L label, he would sign with Atlantic Records in 64. Now, Edmund requested his 6th release, his 6th of 32 releases on Atlantic Records. You better leave some space in your box if you collect this singer. That was through 1972. Now, this song written by Steve Cropper, Eddie Floyd, and the singer here. His name is Wilson Pickett. This charted number 53 on Billboard, 45 on Cashbox, number 13 on the Billboard R&B chart, and a big number 5 record if you were listening out on KDIA in Oakland, California. We go to May of 66. This is for Edmund Williams, Wicked Wilson Pickett on the Atlantic label. It's called 99 and a half, parentheses, won't do. This is for Edmund.
affection. Oh, yes, I do, child. 99 and a half just won't do. Just won't get it. No, no. We got to bring it on down. It's not living right. Oh, yes, we do, now, child. Stop messing around and keep things uptight. Oh, yeah. We got to realize that 99 and a half just won't do. No, got to have 100. Oh, yeah. Got to have 100. No, ain't no use of fooling ourselves, honey. Oh, we ain't gonna be able to get by off 99. No, got to have 100. Lord have mercy, just won't do now. Baby, it just won't do now. No, won't do.
Got to have 100. 99 and a half won't do. That is the fact. There you go. That's going out to listener Edmund Williams at Wilson Pickett. Wilson Pickett from May 66. It's on the Atlantic record label. 99 and a half parentheses won't do. It's got to be 100. Johnny G tries to strive at 100. I try to do 110%. Let's put it that way. But let's continue here. And we go to Lexington, Kentucky for this next group and fill a request for listener M. This group initially recorded as the Temptations, now spelled Temptations, the Temptations, spelled differently from, of course, Berry Gordy's group on Motown Records. They recorded for the local Lemco label in 1963. They had 3 releases, and their second would be picked up by Federal Records, but Emnon requested their third, which initially came out in December of 64 as the Temptations, but maybe with pressure from Berry Gordy Jr., seeing that even though it wasn't spelled the same, I don't know how he could make a problem of it, but they ended up changing their name from the Temptations to the Magnificent in parentheses 7, and they re-released it. The record was distributed by Atco Records. That's how I have it, and it's by request for Emnon. It features Larry Orr on lead, and it's a cover of a big hit for Marvin Gaye, being backed up by the Vandellas on that release. And that was in 1962, but this is from March 65. These are the Magnificent 7. This charted number 10 on WLAP in Lexington, Kentucky, local to where this group was from. Let's give a listen of their rendition of the Marvin Gaye tune, Stubborn Kind of Fellow. This is for Emnon.
Here's the one you've been waiting for all night. Stubborn kind of fella.
You
Cover tunes here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That one there for listener M. Now, Mom, that's not the one you're thinking of. You're thinking of Marvin Gaye's hit that Mary bought. You didn't buy that one there, but that's the Magnificent Seven, a.k.a. the Temptations, from March of 65. That's on the Lemco label, their rendition of the tune Stubborn Kind of Fellow. I'm your stubborn kind of DJ here for a Wednesday evening right here on Oldies and More Radio, so live on the YouTube stream. If you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You know, I do 3 shows here on YouTube, and this one is carried in its entirety on Oldies and More Radio. And tomorrow afternoon I'll be on just on YouTube at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. We're counting down. It's going to be a few more weeks, though, counting down the 1957 Relic Survey as voted by collectors. They did it back in 1997. I'm playing every record on that survey, so I'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time in the afternoon. And it's Saturday night. It's a big show. It's a 1950s and early 60s show. So you can send me your requests at vinyltreasures@aol.com. I feature vocal group harmony on Saturday evenings. I play it by year. So I play all the records as requested by year, so you can hear how this music has progressed through the years and close out like sometimes in 62 or 63 or 64, but they're more transitional sounding at the end of the program. But here it's potluck as we continue here. And I remember Greg Surik sold me this 45 many, many years ago. This gal, she's from... Is it Kyle, West Virginia, Kyle? Did I pronounce that right? Kyle, West Virginia. Her name, Barbara Tamiko Ferguson, but she recorded as either Tamiko or Tamiko Jones. And this is her debut single. Came out on Leonard Chess's Checker record label. It's from May of 63. Let's give a listen to Tamiko on Checker Records. The song is called Is It a Sin? Tamiko.
Why do you always try to make me cry? If you don't want me, then let's say goodbye. Why do you hurt me so? This I'd like to know. Is it a sin? Is it a sin to be in love? Why do you tell me that you care for me? And then you shun me, it's so plain to see. Why do you hurt me so? This I'd like to know. Is it a sin? Is it a sin to be in love? To love someone the way I love you. My darling, is it a sin? It's a sin, there's nothing I can do. Why do you hurt me so? This I'd like to know. Is it a sin? Is it a sin? Is it a sin to be in love?
That's the debut single for Tamiko Jones. I think that's her other release on the Atco record label, but she has other releases on Atco and Golden World and Atlantic and the December label and A&M Records. This one's on Checker, May 63, Tamiko with Is It a Sin? Johnny G here, spinning my 45s. We do it every Wednesday from 9 p.m. till midnight here on Oldies and More Radio, also live on YouTube. Here is a record that at one time was not selling for a lot of money, but I think the collectors in the UK are looking for this 45. This group originally from North Carolina. This is their first release. Their first release came out on the Aqua label in 1965. They followed it up with this release on Al Goldner's Gold B label. Gold B Records is out of New York City, and written by group members Johnny Hess. He was the keyboardist for the group. This is a self-contained group. They played all their instruments. And guitarist Roy Edwards. Now, the lead singer on this is Anthony Manor. They're called Anthony and the Aqualads. That's a cool name, I think. I think of water when I think of aqua. You know that? Anthony and the Aqualads from 1966. It's on Golby Records. It's called I Remember.
I remember her just a month ago, when I was foolish enough to let you go. I told you I didn't know if I was sure. And this pain in my heart I want to cure. It seems every time I see you walking by my door, it makes me want to love you just that much more. And when I see those big precious eyes, it makes me sort of realize, well, girl, if you'll just give me one more chance, I know that we can save our romance. I found out in recent days that I made a mistake in many ways. It seems every time I hear your name, it just starts driving my heart deep insane. Now that I found out my mistake, ooh, your love back I will take. Girl, I want you back so badly, and girl, I love you so badly, and girl.
There you go, 1966 release there for Anthony and the Aqualads. Yes, I know aqua means water in Italian and Spanish too, I think. That's Anthony Manor. He's the lead singer. It's on the Gold B record label. I Remember is the name of the tune. I remember when I bought that 45, was on the cheap, was like $8, $6. I think that goes over to the UK collectors for a little bit more money. But anyway, Johnny G here on a Wednesday evening. And again, if you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Tell your friends about it. Nobody does this with the webcam and all this stuff to show the original records like this. Nobody does this. And anybody that plays records for on their radio shows. They know how difficult it is to pull these records out and to put them in an order and to play them. It takes a lot of time, and Charlene can tell you that. Charlene is my administrative assistant. She helps me prepare for the show. She maintains my database for the records that I play, and she helps me with the research. Sometimes I review it, other times I'm winging it, but she has been a big part of the show for many years now. So I know many of you know Charlene. I should make her an administrator but she doesn't want to be. She doesn't want to take those controls. But anyway, I'm glad that her PC is working correctly now. That is a good thing. But let's continue here. We go to Brooklyn, New York. We fill a request for Frank Chingaro in our YouTube chat room. This is probably the most desirable record by this girl group on the Dimension label, and it's the one that's probably their best record, I'd have to agree. And it's on Don Kirshner's Dimension label out of New York City. It's their 5th of 5 on the Dimension label, a tune written by Russ Titleman and Jerry Goffin. It's arranged by Carole King, and it features Margaret Ross on lead. Talking about the Cookies here. This is a great tune by them, as requested by Frank Chingaro, and we'll send it out to Frank and Jerry Chingaro, June 1964 on the Cookies. The Cookies on Dimension, Margaret Ross on lead. The song is called I Never Dreamed. As by request for Frank and Jerry. Frank and Jerry, John G losing his mind here. Frank and Jerry Chingaro. They're listening and singing. They're in my Johnny G's chat room there, the YouTube chat room there. That great group out of Brooklyn, New York. Those are the Cookies. That's their 5th single on Dimension Records, and they're probably their most desirable record and their best record. That is Margaret Ross and the Cookies from June 64. I Never Dreamed. I have to tell you, I never dreamed I'd be playing my records like this because at this time in my life, really, that this is really the only time I get to enjoy my records. It's not like I used to come home and just play my 45s. I was always looking for the records, but I've been playing them since 2005. I'm not a disc jockey, I'm just an amateur, and I started way back. The first time I was kind of scared back in 1999 that Al Bernard, he was at in the Middletown, what is that college in Middletown? Oh, WESU. He says, Johnny, I went to a Connecticut record show. And he said, Johnny, why don't you come up and do the show? Because he had records to sell me. I bought a lot of records from Al. So I went up and I said, all right, you're doing 3 record sets? I says, all right, because I don't like to do record sets. I mean, if I was going to take phone calls and whatnot, probably I would do 3 and 4 set, and that's what I'm used to listening to when I would listen to the the collector shows. So, and that's what they always would do. And I think the reason was because of the phone calls. And plus, you can play more records. I like to babble a lot, and I like to give a little bit of the history of the records, and it's really fun to find records in the wild. That's the best thing. But Al said, Johnny, why don't you come up? And I brought my records. I was a little leery about the turntables because I'm like, the guy you had on before was scratching the records. I says, we got to change those needles. And he was like, okay, I have the needles. So I went up and I did that show back in 1999. I taped it. I played some really rare, well, I should say my first phase of rare collecting records. It's not like I had a lot. Well, I did have a lot of records, but maybe not a lot of the very expensive records, not yet. But then I did a couple shows with Al. Then I had a big record party at my house. I invited Val Shively, Louis Silvani, the guy from Connecticut. He had Rhythm Records out in California. Rico T when he was involved in records. And a bunch of the other guys that I used to buy records from, they all came, and I had collectors from New Jersey. Well, the people that I knew that were in my circle, so they came, and my mother made like chicken parm and spaghetti. She made cakes and all this stuff, so I catered all this, and I had everybody here at the house, and I would invite people up here, and they'd have records to sell me. And I bought some rare records that day. And Dan Romanello of the R&B Review, he was here. And I saw him at a few things that I went to in New Jersey with John Clemente and a bunch of his friends, because we would have like record get-togethers about every quarter. And people would bring boxes of records to trade and sell, and, you'd eat and whatnot. So Dan Romanello said, Danny, you want to see some of the records that I have, that maybe you could invite me up to be a guest collector to your show. So he came up here and he looked through my boxes and he goes, you have this and you have this. And I said, Danny, don't drool on the records. He goes, well, can you come Wednesday? I says, I can't. I was working in Newark, New Jersey for I was doing the tax returns for a big electric company in New Jersey. And I said, Danny, it's going to be hard for me to get there this Wednesday. I got to leave a little early. So he said, well, I'm going to give you a list of records to bring. There were records he didn't have. I had them, and they were all requests. So I went there, and he introduced me. And it was funny because the people in my company, they were listening to FUV, and they heard me, and he had the midnight show at the time, and they said, Johnny, we heard you on the radio. I says, you really did? You heard me? Because they must have been listening just for driving or whatever. So it was pretty cool. And then I did maybe about 8 spots on his show, and then he ruined a couple of my records. Well, I don't want to say he did, but the needle, I was playing, Beverly My Love by the Individuals. Those of you in the 60s don't know that 50s record. I said, Danny, that doesn't sound right. That record sounds horrible. And he already played a couple of Styrene records on that turntable, and they ruined those records. I was not happy. I was pissed. And I didn't want to do the show anymore. And I said, Danny, I can't. You got to have, the equipment's got to be right. And I didn't have the time to record it on a CD to do it. I think if I was going to do that, unless I knew it was, like when I had Bill Olb here, I have all new needles. I put new needles on when he came with his records. And I would do that to any collector that came here as a guest spot to do the show, which I have invitations out for people to come. And they have to let me know. Bill will be back here to do, and he might do some other things too, but he's a little bit under the weather now. But that was really the start of it, and then I was able to go on another network, an internet station, and I bought all the stuff. I didn't know how to work any of this stuff. I didn't know how to talk. I didn't know anything. So now it's really old hat, and you get used to it. But it was funny because the Delana, who owned the other station, she loved my voice. She says, Johnny, I like your baritone voice. I says, really? I says, okay. So she says, you have to do the show. And Dave Kopolsky was very instrumental with getting me on that TSO network. And then I just continued to do it, and that was 2005. So here I am now, kind of independent, but I am on Oldies and More Radio, and I appreciate that they contacted me to do the show. And so I'm simultaneously, even though they don't have the visual, this is the visual, and not everybody likes the visual, but if you're a collector of the records, you like the visual. So I was doing a 50s and early 60s show, and then there were a lot of people that liked 60s music, so I said, well, I can do 60s records too. I'll make it the last Saturday of the month to do 60s records. And then when I came on here and I got up to 1,000 subscribers, I said, well, I'll do multiple shows. And that, in the meantime, what kind of a wrench in there was my parents got sick, and they almost passed away from the COVID, but they have since survived. And my mother is a big fan, and thanks all of you for communicating with her. So that's why I'm here. And now I do 3 shows. The show has really exploded. And what I think is really good for young collectors like Evan, who is in our chat room, and others. And I have some experienced collectors also, Frank and others, especially on my Saturday night show, that they know a lot about these labels, and even more than I do as far as a lot of these records and their history, because they lived the music. So, and I have others too, and that have tuned in here. Joe Marchesani tunes into my Thursday show, and I ask him to critique my show, and he critiques the records. So all the show has really expanded, and I like doing it too, if you can't tell. But anyway, so that's how it is here. But anyway, let's continue here, because this is a request for young Evan Blatt, and I like this singer here, this singer from San Francisco, California. He was a member of the 1950s vocal group The Romancers. The Romancers that recorded for Dutone Records. I like that record too, by the way. But in 1958, he went solo. Of course, he had a big hit with Do You Want to Dance? That was a 45 that my aunt purchased back in 1958. And also, I think I remember when I used to listen to Gus Gossard, Jim Pewter, when they fired Gus Gossard, Jim Pewter took over. And he was talking about Betty Lou's Got a New Pair of Shoes. I guess he sang that on American Bandstand, but those were, I guess, his 2 big hits on the Josie label. But he continued to record through his career, had releases on King, and this one's on the Loma label out of Los Angeles, California, and his first of 2 on Loma, and it's a request for Evan Blatt from September 66. Let's give a listen to Bobby Freeman. Bobby Freeman on the Loma label. It's called Soulful Sound of Music. This is for Evan Blatt.
Listen to the music.
Listen to the music.
Soulful music.
Sound of music.
Listen to the music.
Listen to the music.
Soulful music.
Sound of music.
When the weekend comes with the sights and sounds of people coming from miles around, you know there's got to be a soul band here, and the people crowd gathered round to hear that music.
Listen to the music.
That soulful sound of music. Yeah. Feet get to grooving, so got to moving. All you young and hip folks too, I'm sure you know what the music do. Once it gets you in its trance, you can't sit down, you got to dance to the music.
Dance to the music.
That soulful sound of music. Hey, yeah. I love to see you having fun, just a thing for everyone. When that beat gets a hold of you, get you in a groove that you can't shake loose. Hey, listen to 'em play, yeah. Hey,
Listen to the music.
feet got to moving, soul got to grooving, yeah. Listen to the music, that soulful music. Listen to the music, that soulful sound of music. Hey, yeah. Feet got to grooving, soul got to moving, yeah. Listen to the music, that soulful music. Listen to the music, that soulful sound of music. Listen to 'em play. Hey, listen to 'em get away. Now listen to the music, that soulful music. Come on, baby, and listen to the music. Come on, baby.
All right, there you go. That's for Evan Blatt in our YouTube chat room, September 66. That's the first of two on the Loma label for Bobby Freeman. It was a number 14 record on WCHB in Detroit, Michigan. It's called Soulful Sound of Music. Now, Warren Russell in our YouTube chat room says he picked up this record not too long ago, and he's asking for an instant request, and we can do that with flip sides here. So we're going to flip the 45 over by request, because that was the intended A side with the star on it. This is a styrene DJ copy on Loma Records. So let's flip it over, and we're going to send it out to Warren Russell in our YouTube chat room. This is Bobby Freeman from September 66, the flip side of Soulful Sound of Music. It's called Shadow of Your Love. This is Bobby Freeman, instant request for Warren Russell.
Live without it. I thought I was hip enough and I knew all about it, but suddenly I find I'm lost without the shadow of your love. When your heart lay at my feet, I took it all for granted. And I remember someone saying, someday I'd regret it. And now that day has come, and I'm without the shadow of your love. Would it help if I apologize? Could you have a change of mind? Just don't leave me behind. Baby, please believe it if I sound like I'm pleading, 'cause from the day you left, it's been an empty life I'm leading. Never thought the sun could be so cold without the shadow of your love.
That's an instant request for Warren Russell in our YouTube chat room. That is Bobby Freeman. Bobby Freeman, The Flip Side of Soulful Sound of Music, Shadow of Your Love. Very nice ballad there from September 1966. Let's continue here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. And up next, this gal, she had 2 releases on the Circle record label. And this tune originally recorded by a group called the Five Royales. They did it back in 1963 on the Todd record label. And this song done by Nita Hill from September 65 on Circle Records. And her rendition of the tune, Standing in the Shadows.
Well, I was standing in the shadow, waiting for you to come home, wondering where in the world you've been. Well, I was standing in the shadow, waiting all alone when I saw you in the arms of my best friend. Well, I was standing in the shadow, watching while he held me so tight, listening to the words that broke my heart. Yes, I was standing in the shadow, watching while he kissed you goodnight, listening to you tear my dreams apart. Thinking, how could you be so mean, knowing it just wasn't fair? Trying my best to hold back the tears, I couldn't do it, I was crying in the shadow, crying. It was all a bad dream, wishing, oh, there was something I could do. Well, I was crying in the shadow, hurting. I was hurting inside because it wasn't me there with you. Yeah, I was standing in the shadow. I was crying in the shadow, standing. I was standing in the shadow. I was crying in the shadow, standing. I was standing in the shadow, crying.
There you go, Nita Hill. Nita Hill's her name, September 65 release. It's on the Circle record label. Standing in the Shadows is the name of the tune. That was first done by the Five Royales in 63 on the Todd label. I have that record too, by the way, the original version. I neglected to mention that this was arranged by legendary arranger Cliff Parman. Cliff Parman who arranged many top acts through the years: Little Lester Phillips, Bobby Harris, Boyd Bennett, Connie Francis, Demita Joe, Etta James, and so many others, including this one by Nita Hill. Let's continue here. Let's say so. James Carey. James, you're a new listener here to the Vinyl Treasure Show. He wants me to do a shout out to Mr. Tom Everhart, American warrior hero. So there we go. We give a shout out to Mr. Tom. Did I say it right? Yes, Everhart. So welcome to the Vinyl Treasure Show. If you have not subscribed, I recommend you do. It's a good thing. And give me a thumbs up if you like what Johnny G is doing as we continue here. And we fill a request for Edmund Williams, the great Otis Redding. And this is on the Volt record label. And really, he never really experienced a big number one hit while he was alive, but he did experience a number one hit, but it was after his death, and that was the Dock of the Bay. That was a big number one hit for him. But He had 19 releases on the Volt record label. This was his 11th. It's actually a B-side. The A-side of this was a cover of the Rolling Stones' Satisfaction, but Edmund requested the B-side. And this was... this tune written by Otis Redding and Steve Cropper. This charted number 4 on WILD in Boston, Massachusetts from February 66 by request for Edmund Williams. Otis Redding on Volt. It's called Any Old Way for Edmund.
That you go, and I don't say the bad things that you say, but I love you anyway, though. I love you anyway, now. I love you anyway, but I want you to say that too. Wherever you go, darling, I will go. When you get there, honey, I will be there. Just to hear the sweet words that you say. It's I love you every way now. I love you every way now. I love you every way, and I want you to say that too. Sitting on my hutch, waiting for her to come, so I can hold her here in my arms, watching my watch as the time passes, wondering how long the love is gonna last. Baby, one more time, you're making me feel alright. Oh, now. Wherever you go, darling, I will go. Whenever you get there, I bet you I will be there. Just to hear the sweet words that you say. It's I love you every way now. I love you any old way now. I love you every day now. And I love you any old way now. And I love you any old way now. I'm just wanting you just to know every day. I'm just wanting you more and more every day.
That's a great Otis with jukebox wear there, by the way. There you go. That's for Edmund Williams' February 66 release there on the Volt label. Otis Redding with Any Old Way. That's his 11th release, 11th of 19 on the Volt record label. And again, we got a twin spin here for Otis Redding. Of course, it was unfortunate that he was killed in a plane crash on December 10th of 1967, and that a plane crashed in Lake Monona in Madison, Wisconsin during a snowstorm while en route to a concert in Madison, and all the crew members perished except 2 members of Otis's backup band, the Bar-Kays, and he was only 26 years old at the time. And the company continued to release his records, Volt Records, and also on Atco Records, and this is his second of 13 on the Atco label. These are records that they held back. This one released in 1969, December of 69. And this charted too. This tune produced by Steve Cropper charted number 48 on WVLK in Lexington, Kentucky. And it's a song he wrote. Otis Redding wrote this tune. It's called Look at the Girl from December 69.
Dancing, it's almost smoky place. I bet I was the only one there to watch her face.
I'll sit and watch her on the floor. I said, baby, 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 come on, baby, just dance some more. I wonder how it is to love her. I toss and turn in my bed. The way she danced to the music, she got me going out of my head. Come on, watch that little girl dance. One more time, you fine foxy thing, you. Got to go back and watch that little girl dance. One more time, this is what she do. She do this. She watermelon man a little bit. Then she skate a little bit. Then she boogaloo a little bit. Then she twist a little bit. I got to go back one more time. And watch that little girl dance. I got to see her on the floor now. Got to go back. Got to watch that little girl dance. Got to see her now. Got to go back one more time. Watch that little girl dance. Sweet little thing, sweet little thing, sweet little thing. Come on. Watch that little
There you go. That's a twin spin with Otis Redding. Otis Redding from December of 1969. That's actually his second of 13 releases on the Atco record label. They Look at the Girl is the name of the tune. They continued to release his records through 1972. They did. And there you go, the late, great Otis Redding. I don't know if Warren is still there. If he's not there, I don't want to play his request. I don't want to do that. I want him to hear it live. So I think he's left. I think somebody answered there in the chat room. So we'll go to another request. We'll save that one there. I didn't want to tease you people there, but let's go to another record here, another request here. And because I know Frank is there in the chat room. This is a good record. So we'll play that. We'll go to that one here. So let's go to this group out of Detroit, Michigan. It's a request for listener Frank Gingaro. They did 2 releases on the KO label. KO stands for Knockout Records. And this song written by Norman Whitfield, and this is their first release on the KO label. That's all I know about these gals. From August 62 for Frank Gingaro in our YouTube chat room. These are the Sonnets. The Sonnets on KO Records. It's called Teardrops.
Teardrops, so many teardrops all over your face. Such a disgrace, since you want things that way. I have nothing to say except go on and cry. I hope your tears never dry. So many teardrops, there's got to be teardrops until you wake up and see how much you meant to me, and you were doing me wrong when you said so long. Now go on and cry. I hope your tears never dry. So many teardrops. I know your friends make you feel as if you're on top of the world. But one thing you got to remember, that tears can't be shed by boys as well as girls. So there's got to be teardrops, many more teardrops, until you realize those tears were put in your eyes to make you see you took advantage of me. Now go on and cry. I hope your tears never dry. Teardrops, so
That is a cool 45 there. That's by request for listener Frank Chingaro. August 62, the Sonnets. The Sonnets with their first of two on the KO record label, Knockout Records. Teardrops is the name of the tune. I also have that on a white promo. Looks a little bit different than that. But anyway, there is the yellow stock copy. Johnny G here on a Wednesday. If you're new to the program, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Tell your friends about it. We're here every Wednesday on Oldies and More Radio and broadcasting live on the webcam on YouTube. So we'll be back tomorrow afternoon beginning at 1 p.m. Eastern Time for the 1957 Relic Records Countdown as we continue with that. I have it posted up there on the upcoming attractions for tomorrow, so you'll see it. And then we'll be back Saturday night at 9 p.m. till midnight, 9 p.m. Eastern Time for the 1950s and early 60s show. So if you have any requests, send them to me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. Those of you that did not get a response from me today, I was too busy, but you will get a response as we continue here. For this next, a singer born in Chicago, Illinois, started singing with the Pilgrim Travelers back in 1957, but he started his solo career in 1960, recording for the Chardee label. I have that record, and signed with Capitol Records in 1961. He had 28 releases between the years 61 and 1970, and his biggest hit on Capitol was his 13th release, was actually a pretty great record called Love is a Hurtin' Thing. But this was his 17th release. This was a number 40 record on KOIL in Omaha, Nebraska. Let's go to June of 1967 and give a listen to Lou Rawls. Lou Rawls on the Capitol label. It's called When Love Goes Wrong.
When love goes wrong, then nothing goes right. Good turns to bad, day turns into night. Without that girl, you know you can't win. When love walks out, I said the blues walks in. Oh, but good is the line when she ain't there. You are on a road, yeah, that'll lead you nowhere. I say you just can't find the place that you belong. Nothing goes right for you when love goes that
As Lou Rawls. Lou Rawls there from June 67. That's on the Capitol record label. That is his 17th release on the Capitol label. When Love Goes Wrong is the name of the tune. You always must be prepared when love goes wrong. Johnny G not going wrong. Well, sometimes I go wrong. Anyway, but let's continue here. Let's go to Cleveland, Ohio for this next singer, and it's a request for listener Evan Blatt. This singer first recording in the early 1960s as a member of the Valentinos, recorded for Sam Cooke's SAR record label, but he went solo to record on a number of different labels: Checker, Atlantic, United Artists, Minute, Liberty, and Fred Smith's Keeman label out of Los Angeles, California. And this is a song he wrote. Was this release, Charlene, you said this was also, is that right? I don't know if I want to say that. But it says, well, she says it came out on the Minute label also in 68. So I'm going to say that this is correct, Charlene. But this one, though, is from August 66. She has that at charted number 8 on WIGO in Atlanta, Georgia. It's for Evan Blatt. Let's give a listen to Bobby Womack. Bobby Womack on the Keeman label. It's called I Wonder, for Evan.
You got me wondering down in my heart why you made such a change in my life. You're the one who said she loved me. I wonder why you don't act the same. I'm traveling on this road of life without you, baby. I can't even sleep at night. Chance to prove my love to you, and if you let me, baby, that's what I'll do. I tried to treat you right, but girl, what did you do for me? You walked away and left me. Yes, you did. In front of all of our friends, looking like a fool. But wait a minute. You know what? Life is short, and death is so sure. The hour of death remains unsecure. My love, you got it, baby. Don't throw it away. Girl, you got a good thing going on. If you just let Bob stay. When I'm lonely, this is the way I'm on. Why don't you give me a chance to ride? I don't love you, darling.
August 1966 release there by request for listener Evan Blatt in our YouTube chat from the sound of Bobby Womack. Bobby Womack on the Keeman record label. The song is called I Wonder. That side is not on the Minute record label, but the flip side was re-released on the Minute record label. And we're going to do an instant request for listener Mark Speck, who is now in our YouTube chat room, and he is coming home from karaoke. So what songs did you sing, Mark, at the karaoke bar? So it's just for this flip side here that I'm playing for you. You should play this in the bus and tell them all that you requested this tune on Johnny G's Vinyl Treasure show, because they're going to like this song if they are tuned in on the bus there. So you should do that. So we got an instant request for Mark Speck in our YouTube chat. And let's flip over that request for Evan by Bobby Womack, I Wonder, from August 66 on the Keyman label. You get this tune called What Is This? An instant request for Mark Speck. That's an instant request there from Mark Speck in our YouTube chat room. What Is This is the name of the tune. That one there, Bobby Womack, that's from August 66. That's on the Keyman record label. We featured the flip side there for Evan Blatt, a song entitled I Wonder. I tell you, I had another record in a memory of the late Mary Weiss. We lost Mary Weiss on January 19th, 2024, and she was only 75 years old. That is young, I have to say. But they performed this one on Shivery, this tune. This was their 7th release on the Redbird record label. It charted number 99 on Billboard. This was a number 14 record on KGHO in, is it Hoquiam? Hoquaim. Did I say that right, folks? How do you pronounce that? Hoquiam, Washington. Of course, the late Mary Weiss on lead. We go to July of 1965 as we remember Mary Weiss of the Shangri-Las on Redbird Records. It's called Right Now and Not Later.
Baby, and listen real good. You know you're not treating me
those are the Shangri-Las, Mary Weiss and the Shangri-Las there. As we remember Mary Weiss, July 1965. That's on the Redbird record label, Right Now and Not Later. That's their 7th of 11 on the Redbird record label. Santi, it did well, I think, on the East Coast, that record, although they performed that on Shivery, which was out in California when they were doing that. So, I don't know. I think that record should have done better for them. Anyway, Johnny G here on a Wednesday evening. Boy, losing my mind here. Let's continue here. Let's go out to Los Angeles, California, for this group. This group called the Mad Lads, not to be confused with the Mad Lads that recorded for the Carnival record label. This group's name was they were inspired to call themselves the Mad Lads by Rodney Jones. He was a Kansas City disc jockey who called himself the Mad Lad, and the members of this group were Charles Everidge. Wait, I know that name. Charles Everidge. I know that in another singing group. I'm just trying to remember where. James Warren and lead singer Robert Johnson. I guess they were a trio. This first came out on this was on the Mark V label? Oh, no, their first release came out on Mark V. That's what you mean, Charlene. Yes, in 1962, I have that record. And then they had another release on the Melick label in 63, and then this is their third on the Capitol label. This was a number 16 record on WVON. If you were listening in Chicago, Illinois, let's go to September of 1964 for the Mad Lads, the other Mad Lads on the Capitol label. It's called Don't Cry at the Party.
Don't cry at the party. Don't cry at the party. Don't cry now, baby. Don't cry. If he loved you in the first place, if he loved you, he wouldn't have brought her before your face. So take heed. Hush now, don't you cry. No, no, no. Over some no good guy. Woo-hoo. Don't cry, parties are swinging. Don't cry, don't be no fool, girl. Let your hair hang down, girl. Hush now, don't you cry. No, no, no. Over some no good guy. A party's no place to cry. Don't cry at the party. Baby, please. Don't cry at the party. Don't cry now, baby. Don't cry at the party. Don't cry at the party. Ooh. Yeah, 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 yeah. Can't you see them dancing? Don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry. Tears in your eyes, yeah. Don't cry. Don't be no fool, girl. Let your hair hang down, girl. Hush now, don't you cry. No, no, no. Over some no good guy. A party's no place to cry. At the night, don't baby, 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 lie your eye. Don't cry at the party. Don't cry at the party.
Yeah, those are the other Mad Lads. The other Mad Lads out of Los Angeles, California, from September '64. Don't Cry at the Party now. That one there on the Capitol record banner. Let's go to Philadelphia now with this next 45. These gals were discovered by Richard Barrett. Richard Barrett, he was the lead singer of the Valentines, that great 1950s group. You'll hear that group on my Saturday night show. But they had 7 releases on the Swan label. Here is their 6th release, and lots of different members in this group through the years. And for this particular recording, the group consisted of Janet Jones, Fayette Pinckney, and Helen Scott. Sheila Ferguson later became a member, but she had solo releases on Swan at this time. This is produced and arranged by Richard Barrett from April 66. Let's give a listen to the 3 Degrees. The 3 Degrees on the Swan record label. It's called Tales. Tales Are True. Those are the 3 Degrees. The 3 Degrees, they went into continued to record into the 1970s. I remember hearing When Will I See You Again, which a record I do like from the 1970s. But there you go. April 66 release there for the 3 Degrees on the Swan record label. That's their 6th of 7. Tales Are True. Yes, they are. As we continue here, let's go down to New Orleans, or I should say this singer originally from New Orleans, Louisiana, but he began recording for Deluxe Records back in 1957, and this is a request for listener Adrian Viterbo, listening in Mexico. His biggest hit was in 1971, came out on the all-platinum label. It was a cover of the Supremes tune called Where Did Our Love Go? But he recorded for many different labels during his career. This one's on Leonard Chess's Checker record label. It's from December of 63, by request for Adrian Viterbo. Let's give a listen to Donnie Elbert. Donnie Elbert on the Checker label. It's called Everything to Me. This is for Adrian.
begun anew. That's why I say you're everything, everything. You're everything to me. You are the salt in my bread. You're the doctor by my sick bed. You're the spark of life when everything is dead. Hey, that's why I say that you're everything, 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 baby. You're everything to me. You are the breath of life that I breathe. You are the joy in my soul that I conceive. You are everything that a man could ever want. And now that I've got you, darling, I'll never, never, never let you go. That's why you're the life of all life. You're the soul of all souls. You're everything to me. You're everything. You're everything. You're everything to me. You are the salt in my bread. You are the doctor by my sick bed. That's why I say you're everything. You're everything to me. You're everything to me.
That's going out to Adrian Viterbo in our YouTube chat. And that's the sound of Donnie Elbert. Donnie Elbert from December 63. That's on the Checker label. Everything to Me is the name of the tune. Johnny G is hopefully everything to you on a Wednesday evening as we continue here. And we go to Newark, New Jersey now for this girl group. This is on the Mark III record label. They were located at 449 Clinton Avenue in Newark, New Jersey, if you know where that is. But this tune written by Harold Thomas. Harold Thomas was a member of the Masqueraders. The Masqueraders, a group originally out of Texas, recording for La Beat Records, probably knew George Kerr, of course. So he was maybe up here in New Jersey or whatever and wrote this tune for this girl group called the Valons, Valons. It's from October 64. It's on the Mark III record label. It's called You're Something Special, the Valons.
Special.
I like that girl group sound there by the Valons. Valons, as I lost my place there, from August 1964. That's on the Mark III record label. You're Something Special is the name of the tune. You get something special here on a Wednesday evening as we continue here, and we fill a request for listener Edmund Williams as he requested a Sam Cooke 45. This is actually a B-side. B-side of Sam Cooke. This is on the RCA record label. He signed with RCA in January of 1960. Now, this is the B-side to his 13th release, 13 of 24, a song he wrote. The flip side here was called, I should say the A side was called Frankie and Johnny. But this is the B side. This charted number 15 on KRIZ. If you are listening in Phoenix, Arizona, let's go to July of 63 for request for Edmund Williams, Sam Cooke on RCA. It's called Cool Train, COOL, Cool Train for Edmund.
Train with a lonely whistle blowing down the track. Lord, train with a lonely whistle blowing down the track. Come on and bring your precious cargo. Bring my baby back. Train, you're huffing and a blowing because you work too fast. Listen to me, train, you're huffing and a blowing because you work too fast. Don't you know that you've got to take it easy if you wanna last? Listen to me, train, take it nice and easy when you go round them curves. Do that for me, take it nice and easy when you go round the curves. Now, don't shake up my baby and don't upset her nerves. Train, go on and blow your whistle, blow it loud and strong. Train, go on and blow your whistle, blow it loud and strong. 'Cause I want the world to know that baby's coming home.
That's the great Sam Cooke there by request for listener Edmund Williams. That's the flip side of Frankie and Johnny from July 63. Sam Cooke on RCA. Cool Train is the name of that tune. Let's continue here. Let's go to this duet out of Alabama. They were Peggy Stoutmeyer and Joseph M. Hewell. They were known as Peggy Scott and JoJo Benson. They signed with Shelby Singleton's SSS International label in 1966. They would have 7 releases on the label. Their biggest hit was their first release, a record I really like, and a record that my aunt purchased when it came out, called Lover's Holiday. But this was their 3rd release on the label. This charted number 41 on Cashbox, 37 on Billboard, was number 13 on the R&B chart, but a big number 2 record if you were listening on WIXE in Monroe, Wisconsin. This was taken from an LP of the same name from January 69. Let's give a listen to Peggy Scott and JoJo Benson. And it's on SSS International. It's called Soul Shake. you go. That's Peggy Scott and JoJo Benson. That's their, their third release on SSS International from January 69. Soul Shake is the name of the tune. As we continue here for this next singer, first started recording as a half of the duo Clarence and Calvin, but then he went solo in 1966, recording for the Fame record label, but he achieved success when he signed with Atlantic Records back in 1967. He would have 15 releases on the Atlantic label through the year 1971. His biggest hit was a song called Patches, came out in the year 1970, but his next biggest hit was a song called Slip Away in 1968. This is his third biggest hit on Atlantic Records, and a song that my aunt purchased when it came out, and a tune written and produced by Rick Hall. This was number 13 on Billboard and Cashbox, a number 3 on the R&B chart, and a number 1 record on WQOK in Greenville, South Carolina. I guess this would be my other hit for the night. Let's go to October of 1968 for Mr. Clarence Carter. Clarence Carter on Atlantic Records, and his hit called Too Weak to Fight.
There is something, baby, about you that's really attracting me. Yeah. And your sweet love, darling, really got a hold on me. I've got a little taste of your love, and now I'm hooked on you. Yeah. And I keep falling, falling. What can I do? I'm too weak to fight. Listen to me, baby. Too weak to fight, yeah. You're breaking down my health, girl. Can't eat and I can't sleep. Oh no. I've tried to turn you loose now, but your hook is in too deep. Oh yeah. My resistance is getting a little low, and I've got to find a cure. 'Cause I keep falling, falling, falling for you. Yeah. I'm too weak to fight. Listen to me, baby. Too weak to fight, yeah. Too weak to fight. You're messing with my head. You got me too weak to fight. Too weak to fight now, baby. I'm calling wrong numbers. Too weak to fight now, baby. You got my head going around and around. Oh yeah. Too weak to fight now, baby, 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 baby. Yes, I am. Too weak to fight. Yeah.
It's here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go, the sound of Clarence Carter. Clarence Carter on the Atlantic record label from October 1968. That's his third biggest hit for Atlantic Records. Too Weak to Fight is the name of the tune. We're going to flip it over and do an instant request for listener Mark Speck in the YouTube chat room, because this side's a good side also. Wrote that, but anyway, we flip it over here. Instant request from Mark Speck. Clarence Carter, the flip side of Too Weak to Fight from October 68. It's called Let Me Comfort You.
Baby, when I told you to slip away, I was so afraid you couldn't come today. I know, darling, what you go through, 'cause so many times he's so mean to you. So let me
comfort you. Oh, baby, let me comfort you. Please, baby, I'll take time with you that he never did take. Ooh, let me profit from his mistakes. I know, darling, he's a foolish man. He just didn't understand when he had a good thing. So let me comfort you, baby. Let me comfort you. I'll take you in my arms and never turn you loose. Don't tell me to stop, girl, 'cause it ain't no use. I'm gonna pet you, baby, and bring your fever on. And then I'm gonna love you till it's all gone. I guess you think I'm going out of my head to say the things that I just said. He's my friend, this I know is true, but I can't stand to see him walk over you. So let me comfort you, baby. Let me comfort you. Hey, let me comfort you, baby. I love you. I need you. Let me comfort you. Oh yeah. Let me comfort you, baby. Oh yeah. Raise your fever to 103.
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That one there, an instant request for listener Mark Speck in our YouTube chat room there. That is the great Clarence Carter. That's the flip side of Too Weak to Fight from October 1968 on the Atlantic label. Let Me Comfort You is the name of the tune. Hopefully some of these 45s and songs are comforting you, the Johnny G listeners, the Vinyl Treasure listeners out there, as we continue here. Let's go to Chicago now for this trio. They were consisted of Margaret Norfleet, Dale Myrick, and lead singer Cynthia Red. Collectively, they were known as the Voices. And they did a lot of session work back in the 1960s as background singers for the lots of groups in the Chicago area. But they also recorded on, they had 2 releases on the Penny record label. This was their first of 2. This charted number 34 on WBEE in Chicago, Illinois. We go to July of 1967. Let's give a listen to the Voices. The Voices on the Penny label. It's called Fall in Love Again.
See
Girl group sounds here on the All 60s edition. Those are the Voices from July 67. It's on Penny Records. They're out of Chicago, Illinois. Fall in Love Again is the name of the tune. Let's continue here with the request for listener Edmund Williams, the sound of James Brown and the Famous Flames, a.k.a. the Godfather of Soul. And this is his, he had about 88 releases on the King record label, and this is his 47th release. It came out in February of 1967, and this is a cover song. This song originally done by, who did it? It wasn't, it wasn't Wilbert Harrison. It wasn't Big J McNeely either. I forget who did it first in the 1950s on Federal Records. Little Willie Littlefield. That's it. Charlene has it. First done in 1952 by Little Willie Littlefield. It was called KC Lovin'. It was on the Federal record label. But this is a cover. This is a cover from February 67, requested by Edmund Williams. James Brown and the Famous Flames charted number 55 on Billboard, 21 on the R&B chart, a big number one record on WIGO in Atlanta, Georgia. James Brown on King with his rendition of the tune Kansas City.
Kansas City, here I come. I'm going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. They've got some crazy little foxes there, and I'm gonna get me one. Look here, I'll be standing on the corner, 12th Street and Vine. I'll be standing on the corner of 12th Street and Vine, with my Kansas City baby and a taste of Kansas City wine. Well, I might take a train, no, I believe I'll try a plane, but if I have to walk, I'm going there just the same. Way out in Kansas City, here I am. They got some crazy little foxes there, and I'm gonna get me one. 'Cause if I have to stay with my baby, I believe I'm gonna die. Gotta find a new woman, and that's the reason why I'm gonna make it to Kansas City. Kansas City, here I come. Do you hear me? They got some crazy little foxes there. I gotta have me one. Hey, the message. Hit it. I need somebody to hold me. I need somebody to hold me. I got Kansas City on my mind. Kansas City. I can't bear the strain. The reason that I don't like pain. I'm going to Kansas City.
Cover tunes here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go, by request for listener Edmund Williams, the sound of James Brown and the Famous Flames from February 67. That's on Sid Nathan's King Records, his rendition of the tune Kansas City. As we go to Atlanta, Georgia now for this next 45. This was a new addition to the Johnny G collection. This is on the Sabre label, Sabre Records out of Atlanta, Georgia. The tune written by Ray Stevens. You know, if you see records written by Ray Stevens, I'm going to produced, written or arranged by Ray Stevens, I'm going to buy the 45. This group, they're called the Fabulous Dinos. The Fabulous Dinos. This is from 1963 on Sabre Records. It features Bobby Dixon, a.k.a. Bobby Lee Fears, and Bobby Brown on lead. So do leads on this. This is from 63. The Fabulous Dinos on Sabre. It's called Instant Love.
You heard about this some coffee, baby. You heard about this some tea. But the instant that I saw you, baby, you really got a hold on me. From the moment that I saw you there, for the very first time, I didn't even know your name, but I knew that you had to be mine. Cause it was an instant love. It was an instant love, baby. I fell madly in love the instant that I saw you. You know it's hard to explain, and I know it's even harder to believe, but a strange feeling came over me, a power that's so difficult to conceive. Cause it was an instant love. It was an instant love, baby. I fell helpless in love the instant that I saw you. Now wait a minute, baby, don't you give me that look. This is not a line I'm handing to you. Although you may have heard this one before, I swear what I'm saying is true. I'm not a wolf, I don't want to fall in love for only 15 minutes. I want to last an old man with you, not put all the love that I got in it. Well, I don't blame you for doubting me, baby. Cause it all sounds sort of like a lie, but I'm as serious as can be, and I'll do it as the time goes by. Cause it was an instant love. It was an instant love, baby. I felt instantly in love the instant that I saw you. It was an instant love. It was an instant love, baby. I felt instantly in love the instant that I saw you.
There you go. I just got that record. That just made it into the Johnny G collection. The Fabulous Dinos there from 1963. That's on Sabre Records. Instant Love is the name of the tune. Instant 45's here on a Wednesday evening. We are now in Vinyltreasure Overtime, as we are in, we've been broadcasting live starting at 9 p.m. here on Oldies and More Radio, also live on the YouTube stream as we continue here. And we fill a request for listener Amnon, this gal from I used to say this right, Ponchatoula, Louisiana. Did I say that right? I gotta work on my phonetics. I do. But she was discovered by Tommy Ridgely while working as a waitress down south, but then she became the soul queen of New Orleans, Louisiana. First recording for the Ron record label. That was back in November of 1959, but she had releases on Minute Records. Amnon requested her third of 6 on the Minute label, written by Naomi Neville, a.k.a. Alan Toussaint. This charted number 74 on KAYO in Seattle, Washington. Let's go to January of 62 by request for listener Amnon, Irma Thomas. Irma Thomas on the Minute label. It's called one word. It's called Gone.
I can hear him calling my name so clear, so sweet and plain, but now he's gone. I can still feel his tender lips. My heart goes sailing like a ship, but now he's gone, 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 and I'm left here, oh yes, all alone. If he ever comes back home, I will never let him out of my arms. But now he's gone, 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 and I'm left here, oh yes, all alone. Call my name so clear, so sweet and plain. But now he's gone, 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 and I'm left here, oh yes, all alone.
That's early Irma Thomas there by request for listener Amnon from January 1962. That's her third of 6 on the Minute label. Gone is the name of the tune. And we're going to be gone in a little bit here. I'm looking to see. I got to get one more request. Maybe another couple records or 2. 3 records maybe we'll do. We'll see. I got to get to that Visitors record. Anyway, let's continue here. This next singer used to come out of a coffin when he did his live performances at the Alan Freed live concerts back in the 1950s. Probably best known for a song called I Put a Spell on You. And he continued, though, to record well into the 1960s. He's originally from Cleveland, Ohio. Now, did you know that he wanted to be an opera singer? But it didn't pan out for him. But he re-recorded his 1956 hit for Decca Records, but we're going to give a listen to the flip side of that 45. It's his second of 2 on the Decca label from January 1967. Let's give a listen to Screamin Jay Hawkins. Screamin Jay Hawkins on the Decca label. Wow, they blocked it. A song called You're an Exception to the Rule.
Cloudy day, you still be sunny. If you were a bad joke, you still be funny. If you were a bee, you wouldn't sting nobody. And baby, you would love me though I haven't got money. You're an exception to the rule, and I'm so glad you're mine. You're an exception to the rule. You're downright genuine. Out of time, if you were an hour, you would bloom in the winter. If you were a flower, and if you were a grapefruit, you wouldn't taste sour. For me, you would throw away a kingdom and the power. You're an exception to the rule, and I'm so glad you're mine. You're an exception to the rule. You're downright genuine.
you go. That's Screamin Jay Hawkins. Really pretty cool sound by him. January 1967. That's on the Decca record label. His second of two on the Decca label. You're an exception to the rule. Now, I don't know why they blocked that out, folks. Probably maybe the Irma Thomas record. But yeah, Lance, you might be correct. Maybe after midnight, because they used to give me trouble even after 2 hours. But I guess, with all the subscriptions, they give me a little bit of leeway. But I rarely get blocked on my Saturday night show. It's this show that is a problem, of course, because these records, most of the people are still alive, and therefore the copyright police are flying around all the time. And they've been out since, I think, the Shangri-Las record that I played. But anyway, we're going to close out here in two more records here, just two more to go. I want to get to Evan's request after this one, and then we'll be done. But this is on the Derby label out of Los Angeles, California. This gal goes by the name of Genie Robertson, and she has this one release on the label. It's a song she wrote out of Los Angeles. This label owned by Sam Cooke and J.W. Alexander. This is Derby Records, August 63. Genie Robertson on Derby, and the tune is called Memories.
When I saw with that girl across town, that's I knew I would love. Finally found it's found, and all that's left now. All that's left now. All that's left now. All that's left now. Oh, honey.
Cool tunes here as we close down on the Vinyltreasure. Show her name. Genie Robertson, August 63. That's on the Derby record label. Memories is the name of the tune. That's what we try to revive here on the Johnny G's Vinyltreasure show. That's going to do it for Johnny G. I want to thank you for joining Johnny G, listening to these cool 45s out of my collection. If you want to get in touch with me, that's the hotline for your requests and all other correspondence with your host, Johnny G. It's vinyltreasures at AOL.com. That's Send me your requests for this show, the Saturday night show, or the Wednesday night show. Tomorrow I'll be on at 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. Eastern Time to continue with the countdown. If you missed any of the program, it should be on momentarily up on YouTube. Although Paul Greco, you're going to see a blank screen if the chat is not posted. They've been really good on my Saturday night show. It's like post after 3 hours or so. This show, maybe if we're lucky by late afternoon, if the chat will be up. But you could always watch it without the chat. Like right away, you can go back and scroll and check it out if you missed it. You can always go to vinyltreasures.net and you can stream or download the show there on that website. So, but anyway, I don't know. You can't with the YouTube, you don't know what you get. But those of you tuned in on Oldies and More Radio, you still continue to hear the show as it went, but they blocked it out. And again, the ridiculous things here for the copyright and all that, it just drives me crazy. But thank you all for tuning in this evening. Hope you dug on the show. Remember, if you're new to the program, to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to tell your friends about it. This is the only show of its kind doing this, where I give you you're up close and personal to all these cool labels. As Lenny, you always comment, Lenny and Rob always comment on the colorful labels, and they were colorful. They had to be very very innovative back in the 50s and the 60s to create these cool labels. But thank you all for tuning in this evening. We're going to close the show tonight with a request for Evan Blatt, who went to bed, but he always listens on the archive. I know that for a fact. But this group is out of Chicago. This was their debut single, first issued on Carl Davis's Bashi label out of Chicago. Dakar would pick this up, which I had it both on Dakar and Bashi, but I haven't played the Bashi one in a number of years. The tune written by Floyd Smith, Willie Henderson, and Gary Jackson. Produced by Eugene Record. This is arranged by William Sanders. The group is called The Visitors. And this group, they included Eugene Smiley Sr., Ray Foreman, Wilbur Taylor, Darryl Prince, and this was really, and I mentioned this was also released on Dakar. And we go to September of 1968. Our closer is for Evan. The Visitors on Bashi. It's called I'm in Danger. Well, YouTube should be in danger when they block the show out if they're dealing with me. But anyway, folks, thank you all for being here. I enjoy every moment being here with you, spinning my 45s. Hope you do too. Again, email the disc jockeys. We love to receive email from you, the listeners. So everybody be good. Have a great remainder of the week. I'll see you either some of you tomorrow afternoon. If not, maybe Saturday night. If not, right back here next Wednesday on Oldies and More, and also YouTube. Thank you, Charlene, again for all your help. We'll see you next time right here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Just want to say, everybody, so long for Evan.